at first it might sound like a kind of tropical dance, but it's actually a language school. So what we do is we bring languages into the communities. So my background is I used to be a befriender in a care home down in Ayrshire, and then I witnessed a lot of isolation and also a lack of stimulating activities for older adults. And then I lived abroad for quite a few years, and then I moved back to Scotland, and when I came back my gran was diagnosed with dementia, so I started to read a lot about dementia in terms of things like art therapy or music therapy, and then I came across a really interesting survey from the University of Edinburgh saying that folk who were actually bilingual postponed the effects of dementia on average by 5 years, which I thought was really fascinating. And then over the last few years there's been more studies across the world which have kind of confirmed that. Effectively it makes your brain stronger, it builds up cognitive reserve. So from that we started to teach older adults in care homes as a way of a fun activity for them to take part in, but also something which stimulates the brain and builds up kind of cognitive reserve.
So we've been doing Italian lessons, we've been learning Italians. The group is a group of students that have learning difficulties, learning disabilities. So what we've tried to do is to learn organically, i.e. learning words and phrases in context so that they make more sense and they are easier to remember. But first of all, we've tried to do games, so learning as a form of entertainment, really. What I've noticed is that the students have particularly enjoyed the games, and they've really been able to learn more through the games than any other sort of activities.
People with learning disabilities wanted to try something new, so they were quite keen in trying some languages, and one of our messages is try and bring things out into the community. So this, as I kind of said beforehand, isn't necessarily what we normally do, so this is a pilot project for us in terms of kind of tailoring our learning process. So yeah, they just got in touch, and then we decided to try this project in terms of quite a lot of sensory learning, doing a lot more games than we normally would, and just making language learning accessible for a kind of a different audience effectively, so that's how it came about.
I think that they had lots of fun, to be honest. I think they learned words, of course, they learned some Italian, but they learned about the culture as well. But mainly I think that their confidence has had a big boost. It's improved massively. From the first few days they were a bit nervous, they were a bit shy, but now they really enjoy it and they're very confident about themselves as well as about speaking Italian.
What have you been doing with the last 10 weeks for Lingo Flamingo?
We were learning about a different language. We were starting off with, was it daytime and like afternoons, and then we started going for harder and we started learning, was it animals the last time? Yeah, in nature. So I was like excited because I want to know what kind of things you can learn about in different cultures or languages as well. So I was quite excited going.
So overall, how have you enjoyed coming here?
Oh, it was fun. It's fun.
Right, so you'd like to? Do you think you'd like to do something like this again?
Yes, definitely.
Magic.
Really surprised of the fact that I had to be a bit more creative, but that paid off straight away because the students really thrive by learning in a slightly different way, slightly more informal, more fun, and they are so into learning, they're so eager to learn and to do well, so it's been a real pleasure actually to teach to these students.
Yes, our message really is to bring languages into the community, and this has been a really great project for us in terms of learning a lot about how to tailor our materials and our teaching to fit people with learning disabilities. Also actually just for people with learning disabilities to have different options maybe out with school, and especially with the cuts to colleges and stuff, to have a place where they can learn in a kind of organic way and have fun doing so. So that's what we'd like to achieve.